for another day. But as far as Dickinson is concerned, this is a guy who speaks out two sides of his mouth. He gets all nicey nice with the people that he feels that can help him, and then he talks shit about the people who know that he's full of shit. I mean, you backdoor book people.
But I thought he wasn't promoting wrestling anymore. I thought he was just promoting the club scene, the music scene.
He's full of shit.
He's promoting parties.
But when you promote a party and you invite 4 female wrestlers to the party for a signing and a meet and greet, that no longer becomes a club scene party. It becomes a wrestling event.
Yeah. Yep. I know that.
So he's I don't know. Look.
He's another fucking punk.
Yeah, and he saw you at Icons, and what was that, in January, and he walked away from you?
He wouldn't even look at me. I was staring at him. He wouldn't even look at me. He see me. Oh, believe me, he see me.
It just pisses me off because, you know, I didn't even, like, go after the guy. Like, I went to him politely and respectfully about backdoor, you know, piggybacking my talent while they're there. And I said, you know, look, it's not right. You know, I don't know if you're in this industry long enough, but it's not the right thing to do. You don't do that stuff. And the girls know this because they all worked in Indy prior to being on Impact. So they all know this.
What's the situation? I don't even know. What's the situation?
Well, he booked Rosemary, Alley, Sienna, and Laurel Van Ness to do a bar show Saturday night and do like a signing and stuff there. Which, that is fine. I have no problem anybody I'm bringing in doing bookings elsewhere. But if it ain't WWE and it's not Impact, you're going to pay for them to be there. You know, this is not...
Absolutely. You better pay some of the trans.
Right. I'm not flying them in and putting them in hotels and spending thousands and thousands of dollars for you to make a quick buck. That's not how it works.
And what did he say? He said no?
His answer was, it's Saturday night. It doesn't conflict with your signing, so what does it matter?
Is he going to be at WrestleCon?
No, he won't go.
I would think so.
No, he wasn't there last year. He ain't going to go.
He wasn't there last year because Rikishi would have fucking whooped his ass.
No. Well, he was still down there. Because he tried, if you remember, he tried to do the Lawless song. He tried to do the replacement with Lawler, and that got canceled too. So I don't honestly like I don't know. I don't care. I honestly don't. But I had to involve the talent, which I don't like doing, and I had to tell them. I said, look, you know, this is the situation. You know, you guys all know how it is, and you know, you don't do that. And he agreed with. They all agreed with me.
I remember talking to Chelsea that morning after I screenshotted everything to you, and I had Chelsea reach out to you. Yeah, I told her, I said, it's not right? And this guy is a complete scumbag.
I
you know, not disagreeing with you. You know, I did
not. You know what? Hold on a minute, Kevin.
Yeah.
The talent that knows you. I don't know if they all know you. The ones that you have coming in. I know some guys you worked with before. Bischoff, you have. You know, they know how you. Bob Orton, I know you don't have him down there, but he knows how you are.
Right.
They know how you treat the guys. So you take or the girls. You take them out. You treat them good, unlike some other people. Kris Levin. Getting back to Kris Levin or Mike Dickinson, that one guy has a reputation of being a shady promoter and Mike, and Kris Levin is sitting there talking shit, badmouth you. That makes him look like a fucking fool when his talent, like let's say Casey Spinelli, is like, well, I know how Kevin is. You know, I've been in town with him before.
Right.
You know, like you look at this kid, like who the fuck are you? You're a fucking idiot.
He just comes off as a very bitter person trying to sabotage my shit, and it's just not going to work because it hasn't worked yet. He's tried it 4 times and it hasn't worked once. So, you know, my track record speaks for itself. You know, I'm not somebody that sits here and says, I've been doing this for, 10 years, or I've been doing it for this many. I'm not one of those assholes like Honky Tonk Man. I've been doing this for 40 years. I don't give a shit. Okay? There's a difference between doing it and doing it right. So I know I've been doing it right since day one. Have I made mistakes? Yes. Have I learned from my mistakes? Absolutely. Will I make more? Of course I will, because it's called trial and error. That's how business is done. Okay, but I have a track record of running successful businesses, and I don't need some little 5'5", 110-pound wet fucking noodle to try to talk shit about me because he's pissed off that we didn't involve him in the women's division with Women of Warriors. That's what this all boils down to. He's butthurt that we're going on our 5th show and our 6th show and our 7th show, and he's still living in the past, watching us use the talent that he had and watching us use it successfully while he failed miserably.
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah, I don't think he made money on one show.
The first 3 shows, I didn't go to the first show, but the last 3 I did. The 2 middle shows were absolute disaster. And then the last one was at Woodbury Heights, which is a great venue, but nobody goes out there. And it was the chance of a blizzard, which of course there was a blizzard. We left the show and it was had to be about 8 to 9 inches of snow on the ground already. Who does that? Like that's a show. You know what? You cancel the damn show. But his philosophy was he piggybacked CZW. Anytime CZW ran a show on Saturday, he piggybacked all their talent and used them on a Sunday show. So he didn't have to pay for any of the traveling expenses. So there you go.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, he had a show at your place, and that didn't do well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I had all the wrestlers sit in the crowd for him.
Yep. Pretty much. You know, wait a minute.
Was that the show before we had Ken there the first time 3 years ago?
Yeah, it had to be 3 years
ago. That
was
when we had Ken Anderson, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. But again, 4 shows over 3 years. That's not even a company.
You know, we did 5 in 1 year. Yeah. We're still growing with the women's show.
Right. This coming April is going to be 1 calendar year.
One booked.
Yeah. This April is going to be 1 calendar year, and we're going to be on our 5th show, and we already have the 6th one ready to go.
Yeah.
So, how you want to hate on that? Then hate on that. I don't give a shit. But don't take pot shots trying to insult me by taking personal, call me a stalker. Who the fuck do I stalk? Because I sure as hell don't need to stalk him because all he has to do is open his mouth and everybody knows he's around. I don't stalk his girlfriend. So what the hell is he talking about? Because not one talent has backed out of a booking or not returned for a second booking because of stalking. So obviously if these girls keep coming back, they're being treated well, they're having a good time, and they're fine with what we do. So this is all about him being butthurt because he failed. We didn't ask his permission to run a women's program. We didn't include him in the decision making. And his whole comeback is, I have deep pockets and I have no talent ability to be in this business. Wow.
Unreal.
Well, yeah,
I don't know what deep pockets he's talking about. Just because you make a business, just because you make a business decision that pays off, doesn't give you deep pockets. That gives you intelligence. Okay? I roll over, any money I make, I roll over into the next one. It's very rare that I ever have to take money out of my pocket for anything unless I want to add something to it. You know, like merchandise. If I want to buy merchandise for something, I might take money out of my pocket to add to that. But that's an investment that I expect to get my money back on. Okay? It has nothing to do with deep pockets. When your talent shows up, and if you're depending on the gate to pay your talent, then you're a moron. You're a moron.
I've never, even right in the beginning, I never went by that. I would pay guys, the pay would be ready before I did a show where I forgot to put an envelope for somebody because I could have got the line out, but I would pay them before they leave.
Right.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time, you're paying them as soon as they walk in. They don't even have their damn coat off, and you're paying them.
Right. You know, and that's, I think guys get spoiled like that because a lot of places don't do that. A lot of places don't give the guys or girls the copy of their match, where my guys all have, you know, a private link to a YouTube page to view their match.
Right.
Darius Carter told me because a lot of places don't do that.
Well, a lot of the girls will complain about that their matches are being held hostage by promoters because they want to make money. So, like, I understand that you want to make money selling your product, but you can have an agreement with your talent to say, hey, I'll send you my matches, you know, just don't post it anywhere for free. If you
That's what I do. I send it to them. I say keep it for yourself and send it to a promoter. Just don't post it publicly for, you know, the public to see.
Right. You know, it's the whole point of having a video resume, which absolutely makes sense. But, you know, to not give the video, or to have a program that doesn't even take video, which that's just ridiculous. Why would anybody? I don't understand. Why would anybody work for a company that doesn't take video or doesn't have a photographer on the premises? Like, what's the point? I don't get it.
Wow.
It's so easy to make money selling DVDs. I don't understand why somebody wouldn't want to do that.
Or streaming. DVDs is kind of going by, you know, being outdated, I guess.
It had its time, though.
I have my stuff on a streaming thing.
Right. You have Roku, right?
No. Gumroad. Gumroad.com.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wrestling.
So, you know...
And I don't sell them that much. You could buy it for $5. You could rent it for $3. Except the women's show. They're a little bit more. But it's like, I mean, come on. It's like pocket change, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
Very affordable.
More of your Middle Eastern fan base, I'm sure, is buying up all those.
That's just stuff I put up on YouTube.
That's a whole different sick story.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, well.
All right, guys, listen. Let me. I'll touch base with you later. All right.
Yeah, go do that Q&A.
I told that little midget Amy I was going to trash her on the show, but I didn't do it.
Oh Jesus. You better be careful. She knows what she's. We're gonna drop her off at your hotel, and she's gonna come in and bite your ankles.
I told when I say to her at the show, what would you do if I just smacked you in the face?
Oh my god, terrible.
Is she a little brawler or no?
Is she a little brawler?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. She's usually very quiet and conservative, but like they say, it's always the quiet ones you got to worry about.
Smack her in the face when she does it. Run like Kris Levin.
Oh God.
I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
All right, Joe. See you later. All right, Rich. Gonna let you roll. So I'm gonna end the show, and everybody just check out.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Talk about what?
We're not gonna talk about that guy.
I tagged him in the post. He didn't even respond. He read my message and he didn't. There's no point. I mean, I don't know what his problem was. He called you out, which only thing you were doing was promoting. You were doing a private signing with Ty Dillinger at WrestleMania weekend, and
correct.
And he just flipped out. Basically
bugged out.
Yeah, bugged out that. Oh, these fucking promoters, fuck you guys, blah blah blah. You're stealing this, stealing that. You guys show up with all these fucking things, and you hold up the line. I don't understand where the hell that even came from, and how that even makes sense.
Maybe he thought we were grapplers. I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it. But I messaged him. And I asked him, if he'd like to come on the show. And he asked me if I was friends with you. I said, yeah, I'm friends with him. I said, I've done business with him before. I said, but I'm just a little confused exactly, why you feel the way you do. So I'm like, come on. And he was like, okay. And then I messaged him a couple minutes later. I was like, do you mind if I have Richie come on as well? I said, you guys can have a discussion about it. And he said that he didn't mind at all. That's when I messaged you. And then I messaged him a couple of days ago to reconfirm. I think it was Monday, and he read it